It's that time of the year again. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. So coming off of WrestleMania season, you knew that there was a strong possibility that we could get the yearly spring cleaning of the mass releases from the roster that we usually get around this time, right? And I feel like this is a stark reminder to some people that just because Vince McMahon isn't around anymore doesn't mean that we're not going to get, these business decisions that might come across as maybe a little cold or callous. I think that some people were a bit naive and kind of thought that just because Vince is gone, that everything bad is going to go with him. And at the end of the day, whether it's Vince McMahon, Triple H, Nick Khan, or TKO running the company, it's a business, right? And the business world is cold, right? So you're going to see moves like this no matter what. I think that it's kind of, a bit strange where they're propping up, all these record gates. And if you go to these different events, if you're trying to get tickets for SummerSlam, for example, it's very hard for a normal person to get in. So you have all these ticket prices for these events being sky high at the moment. They're touting all these record gates. They're signing all these, multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar, deals. So for somebody to be told, hey, we're letting you go, because of budget cut reasons, has to not feel good, right? But we have a bunch of different cuts from the main roster and the NXT roster that I'm going to read off to you guys right now. And this is just the list so far. Who knows? 2 days from now, this could, have 10 to 15 names added to it. But I'm just going to read off of who was released so far, right? We got Braun Strowman, who is the most surprising, in my opinion, of the person that was let go. You have Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Gigi Dolan, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, Cora Jade, Eddie Thorpe, Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson, which hurts me the most. If you know, you know. You got Gallows, you got Ora Mensa, and you have Javier Burhal, right? Braun is the most shocking to me because if you remember before Bronson Reed got hurt, one of the moments that really kind of solidified him and really got the ball rolling behind him was that moment where we saw him put Braun Strowman through the car, right? And then in Jacob Fatu's rise that he's going on right now, one of the big moments in that was the Saturday night's main event where we saw him just decimate Braun, right? So he's really been instrumental in helping these two guys out. And one of the lasting memories, right, which is probably going to feel like a kick in the pants for Braun, right? We saw Paul Heyman make that appearance on Pat McAfee's show where he talked about Braun crying about not being on WrestleMania. And he told Braun, you're not on WrestleMania because you suck. And if you heard that unreleased, audio of what went down at the roast of WrestleMania, you saw Paul Heyman say that joke very similarly, but instead of saying Braun Strowman sucks, he said Braun Strowman was shit. So probably feels very bad for Braun in that way. If that's the way he's going to go out, he was let go by WWE twice. I'm sure that there's not going to be a third time. And if I was him, I really wouldn't want to go back after being let go twice either. But hey, it is what it is. He's a big guy. He's probably going to be able to make a decent living on the indies. Just with the fact that, he's been in WWE for so long and just the size of a man that he is, right? Other talent on here, like Cora Jade, they're going to be able to have a bright future. She's already announced she's going to go back on the indies and go back under her indie name. She's somebody who I could easily see go and make a run in TNA. That's obviously the fact that they have that pipeline to WWE. So there's a chance for her to go back eventually. AEW is always a option for these individuals as well. I don't like and I don't want AEW to put themselves in a position where they are just a place where people go to rehab their image just to get back to WWE. We've seen Cody Rhodes kind of use them in that way. And I don't, Andrade as well and Rusev. And I don't want them to be put themselves in a position where that's the way that people look at them, right? Just another avenue to get back to WWE. Now, Gallows is kind of interesting. If you guys don't know, Gallows were the people who helped train The Rock get in ring shape for his match at WrestleMania last year. So you would think that they would be good, right? Based off of the fact that they were able to help The Rock get back into shape. But nope, it was not enough to help the final boss to keep them around. But it just kind of sucks. Like I mentioned earlier, the fact that WWE touts all these record gates and they're getting all these billions of dollars, from different ways and different avenues, and the fact that they're letting all these people go, it sucks, right? Can't feel good for them. There's been people that were able to rehab their image, similar, like Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is somebody who's been very successful on the indies. He's the king of the indies. He's really been able to have a second life now in his career post WWE, and he's been able to show that there is life outside of WWE, right? There's all different companies right now: the indies, AEW, ROH, TNA, AAA. Now that they have this avenue, with this partnership with the WWE as well, that's also an option now. So it's not the end for these individuals. There's a future. There's a path back to WWE if they're able to really make a mark for themselves. So it's not the end of the world, but I'm sure right now for them it sucks. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Who are you most surprised that was let go? Who do you think could possibly show up in AEW or any of these other companies outside of WWE? What do you think about these mass releases? Do you think it makes sense? Do you think it doesn't make sense? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And like I said earlier in the video, please remember to like the video and subscribe, like the video and subscribe, like the video and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker.